Salter-Harris classification. It is one of the easiest fracture classification to learn. And in this Salter-Harris fracture classification, the fracture classification is relative to the physis, that is the growth plate. Before you ask what is physis, what is Salter-Harris, what is growth plate, let me just present you one picture. As you can see on the picture, the yellow portion denoting the physis, that is the growth plate of a long bone. And this physis word comes from the Greek word physis, which means to grow. So that from the physis part, the bone usually grow. Now look at this green portion of a long bone. It is known as epiphysis. And epiphysis defined as expanded or rounded end portion of a long bone. And if you break down this epiphysis word, it made by the two words. Epi means over or upon, and physis means growth plate. Now it justifies its name that epiphysis cover over the physis, that is the growth plate, right? Now look at this red portion of a long bone. It is known as metaphysis. Metaphysis occur after physis or growth plate, that is the yellow part. And guess what? Meta word means after. That's how metaphysis justify its name that it occur after the physis. But generally, metaphysis defined as neck portion of a long bone between the epiphysis and the diaphysis. Here you will ask what is the diaphysis. On the photograph, the blue portion denoting the diaphysis. Diaphysis defined as shaft or center part of the long bone. And diaphysis word made by the two words. Dia means through and physis is the growth plate. Now look at this word salter. It is very important to remember this word. Here S means separated or slipped physis. A means above the physis. L means lower than a physis. T means through the physis. ER means erase of physis. Now first is a S word, means separated or slipped physis or a growth plate. Meaning in this type of fracture the physis is separated or slipped. Exactly as you can see on the picture, the growth plate is separated. And this type of fracture is known as type 1 Salter-Harris fracture, which involve only physis, that is the growth plate. Now second word is a means above the physis, meaning fracture involve physis and above located metaphysis portion. And this type of fracture is called a type 2 Salter-Harris fracture, which involve physis plus metaphysis. Third one is a L word, means lower than a physis or growth plate, means fracture involve physis and lower or below located epiphysis part of a bone. So this type of fracture is known as type 3 Salter-Harris fracture, which involve physis plus epiphysis. Fourth one is a T word, means through the physis or growth plate, means fracture start from the metaphysis, runs through the physis and exit through the epiphysis, meaning this type of fracture involve all the part, metaphysis, physis and epiphysis. So this type of fracture is known as type 4 Salter-Harris fracture, which involve metaphysis plus physis plus epiphysis. Fifth one is a ER word, meaning erase of physis or growth plate, meaning growth plate or physis has been crushed or compressed. Exactly that you can see on the picture. And this type of fracture is known as type 5 Salter-Harris fracture, which involve the crushing injury to the growth plate or physis. So you just have to remember this Salter word to understand the all type of Salter-Harris fracture classification. I hope this video is helpful to you. See you in the next video. Lastly, I have two magical words to say. They are Radhe Radhe.